Hello, hello, hello. Am I audible? Hello, hello. Good evening, all of you. Am I audible? Yes. Pending. Okay. Vanakkam. Any any other students who are not from Chennai, those who don't know Tamil, anyone joined? Please let me know. After I speak in Tamil, then you should not say that, sir, please talk only in English. If anyone is there. Hello, hello everyone. Okay. Yes. So yesterday, my dear, please ask your friends to join. Those who are regularly attending, even those people also missing. I think Diwali started today onwards, right? Huh? See, you are CA students. Diwali is for only one day. Huh? But 4 days before only you people started your Diwali celebration. What is this? Not even for you, not even one day. Okay, for you, not even one day. Okay, now listen here. Today we are starting with the topic. Very important topic. Guys, please understand. Wait, actually pen is not picking up. Okay, please understand for any CA student. Okay, for any CA student, one thing we should understand. The people who are sacrificing this type of celebration in future after becoming chartered accountant. For example, Diwali. You are sacrificing this foundation, intermediate, final. Hardly 4 Diwalis you will sacrifice. After that, after you become CA, there are 40 Diwalis, 50 Diwalis, 60 Diwalis, right? And every day will become Diwali. That is what CA life. So please, all are requested to attend the lectures regularly. Anyhow, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I think up to 14th, I don't keep any lectures. Up to what date? Okay, fine. Now listen here. This topic is what combination of two topics, my dear. Correlation and regression. Now let me start with correlation. Okay, let us start with correlation. Of course, this is also relative measure only. We are going to discuss about what relative measure only. Correlation. Here we are going to take bivariate data. What is bivariate data is? What is bivariate data is? For example, yesterday we did dispersion, central tendency, and those things were what? Univariate. Only one variable was there. Here we are going to have two variables, but both the variables are interrelated variables. Okay, both the variables are interrelated variables. What is by both the variables are interrelated variables? For example, if one variable increases, other also increases. One decreases, other also decreases. This is one type. Both are moving in the same direction. Second one is one increases, other decreases. This is moving in opposite direction. This is moving in opposite direction. Fine, listen here. Let me talk about that. There are 3 types of correlations we are going to discuss. How many types? 3 types. For example, rainfall and yield. Okay, rainfall and yield. As rainfall increases, amount of rainfall increases, yield also increases. Am I right, my dear? As temperature increases, sale of cold drinks increases. Do you all agree, my dear? As temperature increases, sale of cold drinks increases. Temperature decreases, sale of cold drinks decreases. So moving in the same direction. Both are interrelated variables. In IQ also, when number of students increases, revenue also increases. When number of your students decreases, revenue decreases. Okay. In your family, When your parents' income increases, your standard of living increases. When your parents' salary decreases, let us not talk about that. Always let it keep on increasing. Okay. Yes. So once that is income increases, and also what your standard of living also increases. Am I right, my dear? So both are moving in the same direction. There is one more example. Let me give you. uh, Ooty, Kodaikanal, and Bangalore and all these areas, what happens? Temperature, stable temperature. Here, when temperature decreases, sale of woolen clothes increases. Do you all agree, my dear? Temperature decreases, sale of woolen clothes increases. Am I right? So sale of woolen clothes increases means what? Like, here in Chennai, we cannot wear the jerkins and all. But in, where it is Kodaikanal, Ooty, Bangalore and all, yes, that sale increases, my dear. That sale increases. So therefore, what is it, my dear? So there are three types I said. I explained about two types. One is moving in the same direction. Other one is moving in the opposite direction. What is the third type? I'll tell you. There is no relation. Income and the size of shirt. Pocket size of my shirt. Size of my pocket. Income and size of my pocket, sir. As our income increases, sir, our pocket also increases, sir. Is it like that, my dear? No. Okay. So there is no relation only. Okay. Fine. So, sir, our intelligent and the shoe size, sir. Do we have any relation? No, my dear. So there are three relations. When both are moving in same direction, we call it as positive correlation. Opposite direction, negative correlation, and no correlation, or spurious correlation, or nonsense. Okay. Naruto saying as income increases, number of friends also increases. Okay, only friends, no, not girlfriends, right? Okay, fine. Positive correlation, negative correlation, and what? No correlation, or spurious correlation, or nonsense correlation. Now, here in this chapter, we are not only going to check whether the variables are moving in the same direction or opposite direction or no direction. We are also going to measure. Okay, we are also going to measure. So, that process we are going to call it as coefficient of correlation. What do we call, my dear? Coefficient of correlation. Coefficient of correlation always denoted in small letter r, and the r value always between +1 and -1, including -1 and +1. Is that right, my dear? Coefficient of correlation is what? R. It is r is always between what? -1 and +1, including -1 and +1. See, there are 4 methods to find the coefficient of correlation. There are 4 methods to find the coefficient of correlation. There are 4 methods to find the coefficient of correlation. One is Pearson's, or, yes, Sriram, good morning. Pearson's or what? Pearson's or product moment. Pearson's or product moment. Next one is Spearman's rank correlation. Next method is concurrent deviation. Then finally what? Scatter diagram. Now, see, this is for quantitative, my dear. And also relation is linear. Spearman's is for curvilinear, also qualitative. For example, when the beauty contest and are happening, so judges are giving their ranks. So if I have to correlate all the judges' ranks, then we have to use Spearman's rank correlation. Concurrent deviation is what, you know, based on signs only. Okay, okay, and independent of magnitudes. Of course, you know this. I'm just writing, these are MCQs, very important MCQs. Scatter diagram is what? Graphical method. Using scatter diagram only will come to know the direction. Only will come to know the direction. Okay. Now, first let me talk about scatter diagram. I'll go little fast, my dear, because I want to give at least full introduction. Scatter diagram. There are 5 types of diagram, my dear. Scatter diagram, graphical method, 5. 5 types of graphical method. See, with graphical method we won't be able to measure the relation. At least we can at least come to know the direction, and it is what, quickest method. Now this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis. Because it is bivariate means what? Two variables we are going to use. Listen here. This is one type of scatter diagram. This is another type of scatter diagram. This is third type of scatter diagram. This is fourth type of scatter diagram. This is fifth type of scatter diagram. Now listen here. What is the difference? I'll tell you. Here, all the points lie on a same straight line. Okay. And the points are moving from left to bottom to right top. Also lie on the same straight line. And here also, when I draw the straight line, all the points are very close to that line. All the points are very close to that line. Even this is also what? Left to bottom to right top. This is also what? Left to bottom to right top. When the points are moving from left to bottom to right top, we call it as positive correlation. So this is also positive correlation. But there should be some difference. Am I right, my dear? Because here they are lying on a same straight line. So there should be some difference. So therefore, when the points are lying on a same straight line, we call it as perfect positive correlation. Second one is just positive correlation. And here what happens, my dear? This is left to top to right bottom. Left to top to right bottom. Now lie on a same straight line. What is this, my dear? This is negative correlation. Even this also same. Left to top to right bottom. This is also negative correlation. But what is the difference? This is perfect negative correlation. Am I right, my dear? This is perfect negative correlation. Now here points are evenly distributed. What is meant by points are evenly distributed? Sir, there is no, we cannot, there is points are what, I don't know which direction it is moving only. That is points are moving evenly distributed. When perfect positive correlation, R is equal to what? Plus 1. R is equal to, R is between 0 and 1. And negative correlation, R is equal to minus 1, perfect negative, and minus 1 less than or less than 0. This is negative correlation. Points are evenly distributed. In that case, R equal to 0. Points are evenly distributed. In that case, R is equal to what? 0. Is that clear, my dear? Say yes or no? Yes. So, first I want you to remember this. Before we start with scatter diagram. Next part is Carl Pearson's coefficient of correlation. My dear, yesterday I shared formula sheets. In that formula sheets, everything is given detailed. Have you all received that formula sheet in my channel, my dear? Have you all received my formula sheets? All of you? Yes? Yes, my dear. What is the name of last dia means? I don't know. Last diagram. Scatter diagram. Yes. So in that I have already given the formula. So I don't want to waste my time by writing the formula, right? I don't want to waste my time writing the formula. I am assuming that you remember the formula. Okay. So there are 5 formulas in Carl Pearson's coefficient of correlation. One is using covariance, and second one is using variable method. Third one is using product momentum method. Okay. Yes. Now listen here. That is Carl Pearson's. And what are the important points to remember? I'll tell you. Carl Pearson's coefficient of correlation. Okay. Carl Pearson. Since it's a linear relation, and it is y is equal to a plus bx. Okay, y is equal to a plus bx. This is a linear relation, y equal to a plus bx. If b less than 0, r is equal to minus 1. If b more than 0, r is equal to plus 1. I think you understand this, right? For example, how the question will be asked, I'll tell you. 3x plus 2y plus 4 is equal to 0. Some linear relation is given. They ask you to find out coefficient of correlation. Now, let me write it of the form of y is equal to minus 3x minus 4. Now, I don't want to proceed further. What is sign here? Minus. Therefore, r is equal to what? Minus 1. What is r is equal to? Minus 1. Is that clear, all of you? Are you understanding it? R is equal to what? Minus 1. What is r is equal to? Minus 1. Same way, for example, 3x minus 2y is equal to 5. Now, what is r is equal to? Can anyone tell me what is r is equal to? What is r equal to? Tell me what is r equal to? R is equal to what? Let others also say, na. What is the value of r here? R is equal to what? Chota beam given as 1. Yes, please make it fast. What is r equal to? Only one person. Okay, Syed Ashik. Okay. Next. Balaya given minus 1. Infinite 11 given as plus 1. Okay, for your information, whoever thought of plus 1, whoever gave plus 1, please click the like button. You are right. So whenever you give the right answer, click the like button. So now this minus and minus will get cancelled, no, my dear. So therefore it is going to be r is plus 1. So you need to be very careful. Okay, you need to be very careful. So only one person press the like button. So I am assuming that only one person understood this sum. Okay. Now listen here, my dear. So r is equal to plus 1. What is r is equal to? Plus 1. So this type of question can be asked in the examination. This type of question can be asked in the examination. Next one is rank correlation. Rank correlation, of course, you remember the formulas. But what are the points to be remembered? I'll tell you. Summation d is always equal to 0. That is sum of deviation. Okay, infinite. Sum of deviation. Okay, between ranks. Always what? 0. Sum of deviation between ranks always 0. So summation d is equal to what? 0. What is summation d is equal to? 0. Okay. Fine. Summation d is equal to 0. Is that clear, all of you? So this is rank correlation. Same way, concurrent deviation, only formulas. And the third one is scatter diagram, I already explained. Okay. So, and here, things to remember. Can you please tell me what is coefficient of determination? What is coefficient of determination? Yes, r square. This is always positive. Coefficient of non-determination? 1 minus r square. What is coefficient of alienation? Root of 1 minus r square. Can anyone tell me what is standard error of r? What is standard error of r? 1 minus r square by root n. Next, probable error of r? 0.68. 674 into standard error of r. Those who don't know these formulas, please write this formula. This is very important to solve MCQs. So, correlation, this much you need to remember. And r is not affected by shift of origin. R is only affected by sign of change of scale. R is only affected by what? Sign of change of scale. R is only affected by what? Sign of change of scale. That means what? Look at this. Please, all of you listen here. How the question can be asked, I'll tell you. If R is equal to 0.3, R is equal to 0.3, U is given as minus 3x plus 5, V is given as 3y plus 7. Find RUV. Find RUV. If this question asked, it is only affected by sign of change of scale. What is sign of change of scale? Minus, and here it is plus. Therefore, plus into minus 0.3 is equal to minus 0.3. Is that clear, all of you? So this is what? RUV. Okay, this is what? RUV. Very, very important type of question. Okay. Next one is regression. When you prepare regression, we need to divide into 3 parts. Okay, we need to divide into 3 parts. One is formation of regression equation. Second one is what? Solving regression equation. Next one is properties. Is that right, my dear? Formation of regression equation, solving regression equation, yes, solving regression equation, and finally what? Properties. My dear, I will tell you, if you are religiously following the session, and if you religiously, I think correlation regression lecture already uploaded in my YouTube channel. My dear, only you watch that correlation regression, that channel, at least 7 marks you can score, my dear, because most of the students are skipping this correlation regression, but actually correlation regression is very much scoring. And from correlation regression, always they ask very, very simple questions. Okay, always they ask a very, very simple question. Chota Bhim, I explained concurrent deviation because yesterday I shared the formula. In this session I am not going to share the formula every now and then, right? Okay, now very important part, my dear, formation of regression equation. See, there are two types. One is what? Y on X. Other one is what? X on Y. Now Y on X means what? Y depends on X. That means when regression equation is given, X value is given, find the value of Y, we have to use Y on X. When Y is given, if they ask you to find out X, then we have to use X on Y. Of course, in this regression coefficients you need to remember. Am I right, my dear? Regression coefficients you need to remember. The formulas, that is BYX and BXY. My dear, again I am telling you, all the formulas shared with you, my dear. All the formulas are shared with you. Please go through that formula. And solving regression equation, one compulsory question. Every attempt it will come. Solving compulsory. See, that is 2 linear equations will be given. 2 equations will be given. There are 5 types of questions expected. How many types of questions expected? 5 types. One is find X bar and Y bar. This can be asked. Second one is identify Y on X and X on Y. Third one is what? Is my screen is clear or not clear? Clear only, my dear. Your internet may be a problem. Okay, identify Y on X or X on Y. Third one is what? Find BYX, BXY. Find R. Last type, find standard deviation. My dear, please understand, out of these 5 types of 2 linear equations will be given, and if 2 linear equations are given, regression equations, only these 5 questions are expected, and in every exam minimum 2 will come. Any out of, that is out of 5, any 2 question definitely will come. So who can solve these 5 questions, 5 types of question, they can easily score 2 marks for sure. Okay, now so 2 marks compulsorily you will get, compulsory marks, but for that you need to understand the type of question. It's very simple. Next, properties. The students who remember the properties, another 1 mark can be scored. Okay, mug up all the properties. Property number 1, BYX is not equal to BXY. So regression coefficients are not symmetric. I think you know what is meant by symmetric. A equal to B, B equal to A. I love Naindara, Naindara loves me. That is what symmetric. Second one is R BYX BXY carries same sign. This is very important, my dear. That means, for example, sir, what if BYX is positive, BXY is negative? R cannot be determined. R cannot be determined. That is impossible. R cannot be determined. Third one is R is geometric mean of BYX and BXY. So what is R square is? BYX into BXY. What is R is equal to? Plus or minus root of BYX into BXY. Please remember this. If 2 lines are parallel or identical or coincides. What is R equal to? Plus or minus 1. If 2 lines are perpendicular, then R is equal to 0. You will thank me later, my dear. Those who are, especially the students who are doing self-study, definitely you are going to thank me later and mug up this. At any cost you mug up this. My dear, I've already given all my notes, everything at free of cost to you all in my channel. Is that right? Only that part you need to follow. And I'm giving my full lecture also. So in paper 3 there is no excuse, okay, for not to clear. So that you need to remember, my dear. Yes, fine. Because I would like to help all the self-study students, not only paper 2, paper 3, paper 2 also help is coming, paper 1 help is coming, paper 4 help is coming. But only thing is what, you are not attending regularly. That is the biggest problem. Fine. So before we start numericals, at least this much you need to go through, my dear. This much you need to go through. And before I start with numericals, let me announce two things, my dear. First point, on 26th of November, 100 marks preliminary examination on paper 3, online offline mode is going to get conducted free through our app, or you can come to our branch. Second, on mega mock exam we are planning, okay, from 30th November, mega mock exam. We are going to give you know your mistakes. The meaning of know your mistakes is what, like you need to where and all you are lagging in descriptive papers also. The big team is going to work for you people. So please, if you are interested, register and write once. I think December 31st is your exam, and the 6th last exam, 6th December. 9th December we are going to declare the results. At least you will come to know where you are lagging. On 9th December you will come to know where you are lagging. So please write that examinations if you are interested, because it is not, definitely not for free. I cannot afford that much. So, but very nominal fees only I kept. Now, let us start with the numericals. Are you all ready, my dear? Yes, are you all ready? Let us start with the numericals. Now, if the plotted point is scatter diagram are evenly distributed. Tell me, my dear, what is the answer? Fast, fast, fast. Give me the answer. What is the answer? Yeah, very good. The covariance between two variables is strictly positive, strictly negative, always zero, either positive or negative. Priya is asking what is covariance, sir. Very good. In standard deviation, that is dispersion, we did variance. We did variance for univariate. When we find variance for two variables, it is called covariance. So when covariance between two variables is either positive or negative or zero, because when covariance is positive, R is positive. When covariance is negative, R is negative. When covariance is zero, R is zero. Because our formula is covariance of x comma y divided by root of variance of x, root of variance of y. Covariance divided by individual variance. So when this is positive, because of course this variance of x, root of variance of x, variance of y, definitely it is positive. So based on this only, R can be positive, negative or zero, my dear. So please understand this. The coefficient of determination, which is equal to R square is explained variance divided by total variance. Sorry. Yeah, both also there. Fine. Sorry, I did not see that. See, 1 minus unexplained variance divided by total. See, 1 minus unexplained variance is what? Explained variance. 1 minus unexplained variance is explained variance. So both are one and the same only. So both A and B is the right answer, my dear. Option C. Next. If method of concurrent deviation, only the directions of change, positive, negative, in the variables are taken into account for calculation of coefficient of correlation. You understand, na? Because concurrent deviation, for what we are finding what we are using concurrent deviation? Coefficient of correlation only. Okay, next. Correlation coefficient is dash of the units of measurement. My dear, when the word coefficient comes na, whether it is coefficient of correlation, coefficient of quartile deviation, coefficient of mean deviation, okay, coefficient of regression coefficients, if the word coefficient comes, it should be independent of unit. Because relative measures always independent of unit. Yesterday only we discussed. Am I right? In case of speed of an automobile and the distance required to stop the car after applying the brakes, correlation is what? Positive, negative or zero, my dear? It's highly controversial. One person is saying controversial. Positive. Relationship r square is equal to 1 minus 500 by 300 is not possible. True or false? Let's see. Others, can you give me the answer? Others, can you give me the answer? This is conceptual based question. Please, please. See, it is true. Not possible. Why it is not possible, I'll tell you. 500 by 300 is what? 1.666 something is coming, right? 1 minus 1.66 is what? See, when r square is minus 0.6, r is not defined only, it is an imaginary number. Is it possible, my dear? R is always what? See, this is 1 minus, that value should be less than that 1. So definitely it is not possible is given, therefore it is true. I don't know why Janani gave B. Rank correlation coefficient always lies between what? Minus 1 to plus 1 inclusive of minus 1 and plus 1. Option B. This is a simple question. My dear, one sec. See, in correlation regression, many students are thinking, sir, formulas are very difficult. We are struggling to remember the formulas, so I will not do correlation regression. My dear, I have completed one attempt, full attempt questions. I think 7 questions we completed. Have you seen any one problem based on formula? No. This is actually correlation regression. But you people are taking it in wrong by solving some difficult questions, unwanted questions. It is your mistake. So please change the attitude. We faculties now, we teachers like to solve questions and to show off. Now we are very much interested. See how I am solving the question, how big sums I am solving. You people are very happy inside the classroom. Wow, fantastic, sir knows everything. But in the examination such questions are not coming only. Then where to work? We have to work strategically, my dear. Please understand. In my class, I don't do big problems. I don't do at all. Because not needed. The two lines of regression intersect at point mean. See, when two regression lines are intersecting each other, it will intersect at mean. It will intersect at mean. So option A. I told you, two regression line will be given. Okay. Let me take this question as an opportunity. Total 5 questions, right? Total 5 questions I said. When two regression lines are given, total 5 questions expected. What is first question? Find x bar and y bar. Second question? Identify which one is y on x and which one is x on y. Third one is find byx and bxy. Fourth one is r. Yes. Fifth question I cannot take because standard deviation has to be given. Okay, let me take that also. If variance of x is equal to 16, find variance of y. Fifth type question also. So let me take these two equations. Let me solve all 5 questions. Are you ready, my dear? Out of which one is y on x. See, I am going to solve this question. Of course, 5 questions expected. 5 types of questions expected in the examination. So please, those who are listening this question and one simple method I am going to follow, you can rock, my dear. I think everyone remember this. If ax plus by equal to c, can anyone tell me what is slope is equal to? Minus a by b. What is slope is equal to, my dear? Minus a by b. What is my minus a by b? Minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y. Okay. This point you need to remember. Now, first question is what? Find mean. This is the first question. Now look at this. 2x, x plus 2y is equal to 5. 2x plus 3y is equal to 8. Solve them simultaneously, get the value of x and y. I think you know. Solve them simultaneously and get the value of x and y. I want you to find out x and y. Fast. Solve them simultaneously and get the values of x and y. I got the answer. My dear, make it fast. Quick, 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 quick. None of them giving me answer here. Solve them simultaneously. Yes, Chota Bhim finally gave the answer. Others, I think you know how to solve them simultaneously, na? Then give me the answer. Rahul Raj, right. Sir, if this question comes, na sir, what we do, na sir, options are given, na sir, I'll substitute and get it, sir. That method also possible. So it is x bar 1, y bar 2. By solving simultaneously, we can get this. Am I right, my dear? First question is over. What is second question can be asked? Identify which equation is y on x or x on y. Anything can be asked. So this question is what? Which is y on x. But we will find out for both, because sometimes they may ask you x on y also. No? You should know. Fine. What we do, I'll tell you. Legends, please listen here. Simply you do write both the equations. Now find the slope, my dear. What is slope of the first line? No. What is slope of the first line, my dear? What is slope of the first line? Yes. Yes, Balaya. Yes, Rahul Raj. Others? See. Minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y. Do you all agree with me? Now, at least find the slope of the second line. Yeah, I want everyone should give the answer, my dear. I want everybody's answer. Until you write the answer, I think around 37-40 students are attending. I want 40 answers here. Then only I'll continue. One, two, three, four. Only 4 students. Not even 1%. 10% only students answered. I want 100%. Only 10% participating. So sad. Why you people are unable to? Only 4-5 students are repeatedly giving answer. Chota Bhim, only once you have to give. 2-3 times why you are giving? Okay, Sahitya, okay, infinite. Okay, Bhavya. Okay, Sukita. Next. Anbe Shivam, Ashwini. Nanda Shekhar. Okay, fine. Minus 2 by 3 is right answer. Now what we have to do is we have to compare the magnitudes. Magnitudes means what, you know? Ignore the negative sign. 1 by 2 and 2 by 3. Which is smaller here? Which is smaller here? 1 by 2 and 2 by 3. Which is smaller? Don't take negative sign, I said. Only magnitudes to be compared. Magnitudes to be compared. Ignore negative signs. Which is smaller among between these two? Sir, 1 by 2 is less than 2 by 3. Do you all agree, my dear? Okay, do you all agree? So, this is the first one, minus 1 by 2. Whichever is smaller is going to be my byx. Now you have to take that negative sign. Whichever is greater, that is whichever greater one, its reciprocal is going to be bxy. So bxy is equal to minus 3 by 2. Is that right, my dear? You understand? See, whichever is smaller. Sir, now you are taking negative. Yes, after that, when you just write the slope or regression coefficient, you have to take the negative sign. And to compare, you are not supposed to take. So whichever is smaller is byx and the greater one's reciprocal is bxy. You all understanding it or not, my dear? Say yes or no. Are you all understanding it or not? Say yes or no. Yes, sir. Okay. Now, the question is what? Which is y on x. Now, by using first equation only, we got byx. Therefore, first equation is y on x. Second equation is x on y. So here y on x they ask you to find out. What is my answer, my dear? Is it option A is our answer? Chanchal, clear, my dear. Clear only. Check your connection. So option A is your answer. Okay. What is third question? Find byx and bxy. I think which is already done. What is byx is? Minus 1 by 2. What is bxy is? Minus 3 by 2. That is already done. What is fourth question? Find r. Sir, how to find out r, sir? My dear, already given you the relation. R square is equal to root of byx into bxy. Oh, sorry. Did you all notice one thing, my dear? See, byx, bxy, both are negative. So my r value will be what? My r value will be what? Negative or positive? See, byx and bxy both are negative. Therefore, what will be my value of r? Will be positive or negative? Positive. You people are not listening me only. They give one rule. R, byx, bxy carries the same sign. So, if byx, bxy both are negative, r is also negative only. R square getana. R is equal to minus of root of, what is it? Minus 1 by 2 into minus 3 by 2. Is it nothing but minus root 3 by 2, my dear? Root 4, when it comes outside, it is 2. You are foundation student, not any elementary student. So this is what our R. Is that right? Now, see, if the question, if they ask you to find out arithmetic means, only solve them, it's an independent question. If they ask you to identify which is y on x, which is x on y, of course you know it. Third type is what? Byx and bxy. So if you want to find what is byx and bxy, first we need to identify which is y on x and which is x on y. Then only byx, bxy possible. Next r. To find r, first we need to identify which is y on x and which is x on y. Second we need to identify what is byx and what is bxy. Then only we can find out r. Fourth one. Fifth sum, sorry. Fifth question, sir. Variance of x is given as what? 16. Find variance of y. Look at this. Is it standard deviation of x is 4? Now, there is one formula, my dear. Byx is equal to r into sigma y by sigma x. Now, what is byx? What is byx? Minus 1 by 2. R also you got. What is R? Minus sigma y we need to find out. Sigma x is equal to 4. 2 cut. Am I right, my dear? Minus get cancelled. Okay. Squaring everywhere, my dear, because they ask you to find out variance of y. So, sigma y square equal to, what will come? 3. Oi. 16 divided by 3. This is our variance of y. I hope you understood now, right? Now, if two regression lines are 3x is equal to y, 8y is equal to 6x, then the value of correlation coefficient. That's it's a similar question only. First, what you'll write? 3x minus y equal to 0. 6x minus 8y equal to 0. You all agree, my dear? They ask you to find out r. First, we need to find out slope. What is slope of the first line? 3. What is slope of the second line? 6 by 8. 3 by 4. Now, 3 by 4 is smaller than 3. Am I right, my dear? So, therefore, this is your byx. So, what is your bxy? Sir, reciprocal of this, sir, 1 by 3. Am I right, my dear? So, therefore, r is equal to, sir, both are positive, sir. R is positive, sir. Root of, what will come? 1 by 3 into 3 by 4, which is equal to 1 by 2.5. Have you all got it, my dear? Why Amedi? Hey, who said Amedi? Amedi. Arey, they are telling you only, man. You people are shouting, it seems. Yes. Okay, I did not explain about this. The regression coefficient is independent of change of origin. It is independent. That is, it is not getting affected by origin. It is only affected by scale. Now, in the exam, how the question can be asked? If byx is equal to 2.4, u is 3x plus 5, v is minus 4y plus 6. If the question they ask you to find out is bvu, if yx is given, vu they will ask, xy is given, uv they will ask. If they ask you to find out bvu, sir, just do what I am saying. It is only affected by what? Change of scale, not by shift of origin. So, v. So, first you take this coefficient. What is it? Minus 4 by x coefficient into 2.4. Tell me what is it? Is it minus 3.2? Sriram is asking 11th sum. I got it, na? No, Sriram, my answer is correct. Can you please watch the lecture once again? Yes. Minus 3.2. Am I right, my dear? Minus 3.2. If the correlation coefficient between x and y, that means rxy is equal to 0.5, then the correlation coefficient between the variables 2x minus 4 and 3 minus 2y. Look at this, my dear. For example, u is equal to 2x minus 4. V is equal to minus 2y plus 3. Now, R, uv. Sir, you already told us, sir. R is only affected by sign of change of scale. So, what is this? Plus, minus. Plus, minus 0.5. Is my answer is minus 0.5, my dear. Arithmetic mean of regression coefficient is always greater than or equal to r, my dear, because geometric mean of regression coefficient is equal to r square, right? So it is greater than or equal to r. Now, given that x minus 3 by 2 0, 3 by 2 3, y is also given. Karl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation. Karl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation. If you ask me, the answer is 0. Sir, how did you get 0, sir? See, the formula of Karl-Pearson's of correlation coefficient when x and y is given, n summation xy minus summation x into summation y divided by root of n into summation x square minus summation x the whole square root of n into summation y square minus summation y the whole square. My dear, This is what the formula. But you no need to apply this formula fully, because look at this. Is it like mirror image, my dear? Minus 3 plus 3. In between 0. Minus 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2. Even here also what? 9. 9 by 4. See, opposite sign. Either x or y should be in opposite sign. Okay, here x is in opposite sign image and y is same sign. When you see this type of data, you no need to do the problem. Directly mark it as 0. If you want, you can check it. No, sir, I am very sincere. I would like to check. Okay. Total how many observations? 5. Summation xy. Minus 3 into 27, minus 27. Minus 27 by 8. Plus 27 by 8. Plus 27. When I add, this is 0. Minus summation x. Minus 3 plus 3, 0. Minus 3 by 2. This is also 0. Whatever summation y is going to come, whatever is there in the denominator is going to be 0 only. Don't waste your time unnecessarily. Now, find the probable error of R. Probable error if R is equal to 2 by root 10 and n equal to root 36. My dear, what is probable error of formula? 0.6745 into standard error of R. What is standard error of R? 1 minus R square divided by root 10. 0.6745 into what is 1 minus R square? 1 minus 4 by 10. Do you all agree, my dear? Divided by root 10 is what? 6. So is it nothing but 6 by 10? So 0.6745 into 6 by 10 into 6. 6 get cancelled. 0.06745, my dear. Option B. See, many people doesn't know what is probable error. Many people doesn't know what is probable error. Formula they are not remembering. But how simple question this is. Now, given the following, which is the rank correlation? Do we have repetitions here? Do we have repetitions? Yes, sir. Repeated rank. So, repeated rank means there is a formula you know. What is it? M cube. Option A. Formula determines Spearman's rank correlation coefficient when summation d square is 30, n equal to 10. What is rank correlation formula? 1 minus 6 into summation d square divided by n into n square minus 1. 1 minus 6 into 30 divided by 10 into 10 square minus 1. Can you simplify and get the answer? Cut. 9 by 11. What is 9 by 11? 8. So R is 0.82. Now, if the regression line of y on x is given as y equal to x plus 2, Carl Pearson's coefficient is 0.5, then sigma y square by sigma x square. My dear, very simple question. Let us pray to God, let this type of question come in the exam. It is clearly given y on x. So y is also x plus 2. Am I right, my dear? So my byx is, because it is given y on x and the equation is of the form of y equal to mx plus c, this coefficient of x is my slope. So byx is 1. Now, Carl Pearson is given as 0.5. They ask you to find out sigma y square by sigma x square. Now, byx formula is r into sigma y by sigma x, my dear. What is byx is 1. What is r is 1 by 2. Sigma y by sigma x. Now simplify. What is sigma y by sigma x? 2. But they ask you to find out sigma y square by sigma x square. That means squaring on both sides. 4. See, actually you should have these type of questions. Let us pray to God. Let this type of question comes in the exam, my dear. Yes. Now, two regression lines are given. What is x plus 2y minus 5 is equal to, which is already done. It is y on x. The same question only we solved earlier. Now, find the coefficient of correlation. I want you to do this, my dear. Two regression lines are given. This one for your practice. I want you to do it now. I am giving you 1 minute time. That is very big time. But 1 minute I am giving. Let's see. Okay, Balaya gave me the answer. Chota Bhim also given the answer. Wow. I am happy that few students are getting answers. Others? 15 seconds more. Okay. I don't know whether others are trying or not. What is slope, my dear? Minus 2 by 3. What is slope, my dear? Minus 4 by 3. Of course, 4 by 3 and 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 is less than 4 by 3. So this is my byx. So what is bxy is? Minus 3 by 4. So sir, byx, bxy both are negative. Therefore r is also negative, sir. Minus root of minus 2 by 3 into minus 3 by 4. 3 cut. So is it nothing but minus root 5, my dear? Sorry, 0.5, my dear? Yes. Minus 0.71. Now, I will give you the formula. I want you to find out by using calculator. R n summation xy minus summation x into summation y divided by root of n into yes. Now the students who are doing first time, for you people, I'll tell you how to use calculator. First let me find out summation xy. See, these two to be multiplied. So do what I'm saying. 1 into 5 m plus, 2 into 4 m plus, 3 into 3 m plus, 4 into 2 m plus, 5 into 6 m plus, MRC. Can you tell me what is it? Huh? 60. 5, 8, 13. 13 plus 9 is 22. 30. 30 plus 30, 60. How many observations? 5. 5 into 60. What is summation x, my dear? 15. What is summation y? 20. I no need to do the denominator. 300 minus 300. My answer is 0. Pudi, right? Now, if scatter diagram from a line move from lower left to upper right corner, what is it? It is perfect positive correlation. I think this one we discussed. Now, if correlation between x and y is 0.5, that is r is 0.5, find the correlation coefficient between 2x minus 3 minus 5y plus 3. Sir, plus minus. So sign has to get changed. Very simple. Sir, when you do problems now, sir, we find it simple. But when it comes in the examination, we don't know how to identify, sir. Arivalingla, these are the exam questions only. Because why you are unable to identify, the reason I'll tell you. The reason for unable to identify, because in the classroom you are understanding what I'm saying, but in the examination you are unable to identify. The reason for not getting the idea is only reason is you are not solving question paper. See, I told you in my how to approach, mixed questions are there. Okay, first question from correlation, second question from probability, third from logical reasoning. We have to keep on shifting. But here how we do, when I start correlation coefficient problems, all the questions are correlation coefficient problems only. So your mind is fixed here. Your mind is fixed. Okay, I'm doing correlation coefficient. Your mind is prepared. Okay, only these things only I'm going to discuss. But in the examination, they are not conducting the exams like that. So you need to train your mind for mixing the questions. That you are not doing it. Are you getting my point, my dear? That is the biggest problem. Do you agree, my dear? I agree with me or not? That is what we are calling each and every students and telling, please write the exam. Who will tell you, my dear? We are calling and telling, sir, free exam only we are conducting, come and write. We are not following that. Yes. 2x minus 3y is equal to 0 minus 5x plus 4y is equal to 8. What is it, my dear? 2 by 3. What is it, my dear? 5 by 4. Now 2 by 3 and 5 by 4, which is greater, my dear? 5 by 4 is greater. So this is my byx. So what is bxy? That you leave it. Don't go with the option. R is equal to, sir, both are positive, sir. Therefore R is positive, sir. 2 by 3 into 4 by 5. Is it root 8 by 15, my dear? Let me change it to 8 by 15. They just copy pasted. Now, I told you, this is compulsory question. Find the correlation coefficient between x and y. I want you to find out R same way, same type. Do it. 26th. My dear, do you agree what I said about how to identify? Somebody said, sir, it's my mind voice, sir. Rahul Raj, do you agree now? It is not about your mind voice. This is what has to be done. But you are not doing it. Even in the coaching classes also, how they are conducting the paper. First 4 questions, ratio proportion. Next 4 questions, equation. Next, time value of money. This is not the way. It's a wrong way of approach. People are giving B. So 3x plus 2y, sir, minus 3 by 2 minus 6. Of course, this is my byx. So what is bxy is equal to minus 1 by 6. So R, sir, negative, sir. Root of minus 3 by 2 into minus 1 by 6. Oh, sorry. Correct only, na? Minus 0.5. Which of the following is spurious correlation? At least for this, I want your answer, my dear. Correlation between two variables having no causal relationship, negative correlation, bad relation, very low correlation. நீதான் சோட்டா பீமா? தெரியுமா உங்களுக்கு? Option A. ஐயோ, option A. Scatter diagram does not help us to find the type of correlation, identify the whether variables correlated or not, determine the linear or non-linear correlation, Find the numerical value of correlation coefficient. Find the numerical value. So by using scatter diagram, you can find out numerical. Scatter diagram does not help. Yeah. Okay. Option D. See, by using correlation, what and all scatter diagram, you can come to know what type of relation. Is that right? And you can identify whether they are correlated or not, or determine curvy linear, of course, graphical method only. But numerical value can be found out by using scatter diagram, not possible. The covariance between two variables. Repeated question. For the set 1, 2, 2, 5, 3, 7, 4, 8, 5, 10, the value of Carl Pearson's. Okay, my dear, what is it? X, Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 5, 7, 8, 10. This is the table. I think already given the formula. Use calculator. 1 into 2 m plus, 2 into 5 m plus, 3 into 7 m plus, 4 into 8 m plus, 5 into 10 m plus MRC. N 5 into what? 1 1 minus summation x into summation y. What is it? 32 divided by root of n into summation x square. How you will find out summation x square? 1 into m plus, 2 into m plus, 3 into m plus. Achha, n is 5 na? 55 minus summation x the whole square 225 root of n into summation y square. What is it? 2 into m plus 4 plus 25, 29, 29 plus 49, 58, 78, 78 plus 64, 142, 242 minus 4, that's what we did now. 10, 17, 25, 35, 1225. Give me the answer, my dear. भाग्यश्री फाइंड आउट कर दिया. ओके सर, आपका अलग से वीडियो नहीं है. अच्छा आई डिड नॉट अपलोड कोरिलेशन रिग्रेशन. फाइन, आई विल अपलोड इट. एटलीस्ट भाग्यश्री यू सर्च्ड इट ना. फॉर दैट आई विल अपलोड. एटलीस्ट फॉर यू, if you are interested to watch, you watch it. Even for one view, I don't mind. What is the answer? Me also, sir. Use the calculator and get me the answer. Okay. D is the right answer. The coefficient of correlation between x and y is 0.5. Covariance is 16. And the standard deviation of y, we have to find the standard deviation of x. Look at this. I'll give you the formula. R is equal to covariance of x comma y divided by root of variance of x into root of variance of y. That is standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. What is R is 0.5. Can I write this as 1 by 2? Covariance of x comma y is 16. Standard deviation of x is 4. Standard deviation of y. 4 4s are. So standard deviation of y is equal to what? 8. 58 problems are there. We'll solve all 58. We will solve all 58 today. I don't know how many of you will stay with me. Now, the intersecting point of two regression lines y on x and x on y. I already told you x bar and y bar. How many of you will sit in this lecture until the last sum? Until the last sum, how many of you will sit? Let's see. Okay. Now listen here. Given that variance of x is equal to the square of standard deviation and the regression line of y on x is y equal to 40 plus 0.5 into x plus 30. Then the regression line of x on y. First let us write y is equal to, listen here my dear, very simple method, shall I tell you? This is my regression coefficient. 0.5 is what? 1 by 2. Am I right my dear? Y on x is 1 by 2 means x on y will be reciprocal. Option A. Huh? Oh, sorry. X on y. D is the right answer. It is x on y. So x is equal to only. And one more thing. Here they ask x on y means only one option is having x is equal to, man. The regression coefficient remain unchanged due to shift of origin. Y equal to 9x, x is equal to 0.01y, then r is equal to, my dear listen here, first equation is y equal to 9x, x is equal to 0.01y. They ask you to find out r, right? Don't worry my dear, simply do what I am saying, root of 9 into 0.01, the coefficients only to be multiplied. 0.3 plus 0.3 because both are positive, am I right? Direct answer. I think this one is given. If the straight line graph of the linear equation y is equal to a plus bx, slope is horizontal if zero. Slope, this is what line you are going to get. Byx is minus 1.6, bxy is minus 0.4. What is rxy? I don't want to try only, directly I'll mark 0.0 minus 0.8. Can you give me any one reason for that? I did not solve anything, direct answer B. Why? Both byx and bxy are negative, therefore r is negative. There is only one option which is negative, so therefore I am marking it as B. Otherwise also r is minus root of minus 1.6 into minus 0.4. This is the way kids do, this is the way legends do. You decide you want to be a kid or a legend. Now, if the sum of the product of the deviations x and y from their mean is 0, then correlation coefficient between x and y is what? Of course it is positive because n into what is given? If the sum of the product of the deviation from their mean is 0 means r is 0. R is summation x minus x bar into y minus y bar divided by root of summation x minus x bar the whole square root of n into summation y minus y bar the whole square. This formula here it is given sum of the product of the deviations of x and y. This is what 0 is given. When numerator is 0, the entire is going to be, the r is going to be 0 only, na? If the slope of the regression line is calculated to be 5.5, intercept is 15, then the value of y and x is, what is this y and x? It may be y on x. Oh, if the value of y and x is given as 6, okay. They ask you to find out y value. So what is the formula, my dear? Y minus, see, listen here. If the slope of the regression line is calculated to be 5.5, intercept is 15, y is equal to mx plus c, 5.5x plus 15. Now x value is 6. So 5.5 into 6 plus 15. Tell me what is the answer? 48. Hey, this is simple, my dear. Y is equal to mx plus c. I think this line you know. This is slope is given. C is given. Value of x to be substituted. Next. The sum of square of any real positive quantities and its reciprocal never less than, see, the sum of square of any real positive quantities and its reciprocal never less than, huh? Two, because 1 is the least number, 1 is 1 square and its reciprocal also 1. So definitely what, 1 plus 1 is 2. So whatever number more than 1 you are going to take, everything is going to be what? Less than 2 only you are going to have. B is the answer. This is nothing to do with correlation. This is to do with common sense. If the data points x comma y series on a scatter diagram lie along a straight line that goes downwards as x values move from left to right, downwards left to right, then the data exhibit dash correlation. Left to right. Left to right. Goes downwards. Left to right. Downwards. Indirect. Negative and indirect are both are same, na? Left to right. Downwards. Direct positive. The intersecting point of two regression lines falls at x-axis. If the mean of x value is 16, the standard deviation of x and y are respectively 3 and 4. Mean of y value. Look at this, my dear. If the mean, please listen this carefully, my dear. What and all given information? X bar equal to 16. Standard deviation of x is 3. Standard deviation of y is equal to 4. Then the mean value of y. They ask you to find out what, my dear? Y bar. How to find out? It is given the intersecting points of two regression lines falls on x-axis. Is that right, my dear? If it is falls on x-axis, please listen here. If it falls on x-axis, what is y bar equal to? 0, na? Hey, my dear, the intersecting is falls on x-axis. When the line intersect at x-axis, what is this point? Y is equal to 0. They ask you to find out y value. Simply mark it as 0. Why we have to waste our time? My dear, this is tricky. Only here itself the problem is over. In this line itself problem is over. So you need to be careful. The regression coefficients remain unchanged due to shift of origin. If the plotted points in a scatter diagram lie from lower left to upper right, perfect to positive. Yeah, positive, okay. For finding correlation between two quantities, characteristics we use. for finding correlation between two quantities, qualitative characteristics. Qualitative characteristics. I think I already told you. Rank correlation. For n pairs of observation, coefficient of concurrent deviation calculated as 1 by root 5. If there is a 6 concurrent deviations, then look at this, my dear. What and all given, I'll tell you. RC is 1 by root 5. If 6 concurrent deviations, that means C is equal to 6. They ask you to find out n. There is a formula, you know, RC is equal to plus or minus root of plus or minus 2C minus M divided by M. Am I right? This is the formula. See, plus or minus, either it will be plus or minus. Either R is positive or negative. How to decide the sign? When 2C minus M is positive, R is positive. When 2C minus M is negative, R is negative. But here R is already positive is given. You no need to bother about the right hand side. So what is it? 1 by root 5 is equal to root of, you no need to put plus or minus because it is positive only. 2C. C is nothing but concurrent deviation. What is it? 6. Minus M is nothing but n pairs of observation. That means n minus 1. Divided by n minus 1. Squaring on both sides. 1 by 5 is equal to 12 minus n plus 1 divided by n minus 1. Cross multiply. N minus 1 equal to 13. 5s are 65 minus 5n. 6n is equal to 66. N equal to 11. Option A. Carl Pearson's coefficient is defined from it can be grouped or ungrouped, my dear. Any data. For positive perfectly correlated random variables, one of the regression coefficient is 1.3. Standard deviation of x is 2. Standard deviation of y. Positive perfectly correlated. So what is R equal to? 1. What is R equal to? 1. So now look at this, my dear. Byx is equal to R into sigma y by sigma x. Byx is given as 1.3. R is 1. Standard deviation of y we need to find out. Standard deviation of x is 2. So what is standard deviation of y is? Approximately 2.6, my dear. Oh, variance of y. Okay. Standard deviation of y we got. So what is 2.6 the whole square? 6 point B. No, we got standard deviation. We need to convert into variance. Now, coefficient of rank correlation between the ranking of the following 6 students in the 2 subjects. Okay, this is rank correlation. Let us find out R1 and R2. Now tell me, first rank is what? Second rank, third rank, fourth rank, fifth rank. This is fourth rank, right? This is fifth rank, sixth rank. Now R2, 9, 8, 3. Now D square is equal to R1 minus R2 the whole square. So 6 minus 3 the whole square is what? 9. 0, 1, 9, 9, 16. 25 plus 9, 34. 35 plus 9 is what? 44. Summation D square is 44. What is the formula? R is equal to 1 minus 6 into summation D square divided by n into n square minus 1. Simplify and get the answer. Point. Minus is given. Minus 0.257. Carl Pearson's correlation coefficient between x and y. A. Covariance of x comma y divided by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. Two regression lines are given. Find R. Can you please find out this? Can you please find out this? Please find out this, my dear. So first one is what? Minus 4 by 3 minus 3 by 4. Sir, this is my byx. So what is bxy is? Minus 3 by 4. R must be negative. Minus 3 by 4 into minus. Both are minus 3 by 4. Huh? Is it 3 by 4 only? Minus 0.75 I am getting. Now, wow, what a difficult question. Find the mean of x and the mean of y. Did I tell you or not? When two linear equations are given, only those 5 questions can be asked, my dear. Give me the answer. Minus 1 comma plus 1 is the right answer. Byx is 0.5, bxy is 0.46, then the value of r. So r is equal to, sir, both are positive, r is positive, root of 0.5 into 0.46. Tell me, my dear, what is it? Option D. Now, for variable x and y, many things are given. What is the regression line of y on x? The regression line of y on x is y minus y bar equal to byx into x minus x bar. Now, we need to find out what is x bar, what is y bar, what is byx. X bar is summation x by n. Summation x is given as 10. Total how many observations, my dear? Where it is? 4 observations. What is it? 2.5. What is y bar? Summation y by n. What is it? 14 by 4. 3.5. Now byx. Byx is nothing but n into summation xy minus summation x into summation y divided by n into summation x square minus summation x the whole square. I am assuming that you know this formula. 4 into summation xy is equal to what? 3. Summation x into y is what? 10 into 14 divided by n. 4 into what is summation x square? Minus 10 the whole square. My dear, tell me, 12 minus 140, what is it? 1 minus 128. 260, that is 160. What is it, my dear? So, here you substitute y minus y bar is equal to minus 0.8 into x minus x bar. Now y is equal to, open the brackets, minus 0.8x. What is minus 0.8 into 2.5? Plus 2 plus 3.5. My answer is C. Regression lines will perpendicular to each other when r is equal to what? Others, give me the answer. What is r is equal to? What is r is equal to? Zero is the right answer. Given that r is 0.4, n is 81, determine the limits for the population coefficient of correlation. But this is, we need to find out standard error and probable error. It comes in sampling. Let us not waste our time. No. Within the syllabus, but it is sampling. Because we don't have time for teaching that concept. Regression equations given, mean and mean of x and mean of y. Wow, what a difficult question. 1 and 2. Oh. Correlation, regression. If you ask me, sir, only this much if I do and go, is that more than enough? My dear, only these many problems again and again you practice. This is more than enough. Okay, a few more concepts, that's enough. But if you just keep on practicing this, this is going to give you minimum 7 marks. This is going to give you minimum 7 marks. Is it clear, all of you? Yes. So, thank you for joining with me today. We'll be meeting soon after Diwali. Wish you happy Diwali. Enjoy and safe Diwali is very important, my dear. So, all the very best. Best of luck. We will meet on 15th again. So 4 days there is no session. Enjoy your Diwali vacation. Bye all of you. Good night, sweet dreams. Advance wishes to you, sir. Okay, sir. Bye.